Good morning. Welcome to another One Mind meditation. Welcome to the start of a brand new week. It is Monday. We are at the start of a brand new week. So let's see what this week has in store for us. Our teacher for this week is Alan Watts. He was an English writer, speaker, and self-styled philosophical entertainer, known for interpreting and popularizing Buddhist and Taoist and Hindu philosophy for a Western audience. Danae, good morning. Somebody, good morning. Hello, happy Monday. Welcome to the start of a new week. I feel like a tiny adjustment is necessary here. There we go. Alan Watts wrote more than 25 books and articles on religion and philosophy, and his 1957 book, The Way of Zen, was one of the first best-selling books on Buddhism. So let's get into Alan Watts' work for this week. Are you ready? Let's go. First thought from Alan Watts says, don't hurry anything. Don't worry about the future. Don't worry about what progress you're making. Just be entirely content to be aware of what is. The future is a concept. It doesn't exist. There is no such thing as tomorrow. There never will be, because time is always now. Anthony, good morning. Good evening. You've just had a shift in your time zone, right? It's good to see you, man. So happy Sunday evening to Anthony. So, how do we make sense of this? Something like planning for the future versus the future doesn't exist. How do we bring that together? Maggie, hello, good morning, happy Monday. I can only share with you how that works for me. When I pull a pen and piece of paper closer to write down some goals or an intention for the day or the week or my future, I'm still being present in that moment that I write those words. What my present moment activity then is to look into the future and create a picture, a map, so to speak, of what I'd like the future to be. And then when I put down the pen and piece of paper, I remind myself that the map is not the actual territory. I can't place my feet on the map, on the piece of paper. I can only place my feet right here in this present moment. And the map, my goals, they're what help me decide where to place my attention, what to focus on in this present moment, where to direct my energy right now. I can plan for the future, of course, but the future doesn't actually exist. I can only apply my action right here, right now. And the action that I take in this very moment is what creates my next moment. So a few more thoughts from Alan Watts on how to create. He says, by replacing fear of the unknown with curiosity, we open ourselves up to an infinite stream of possibility. We can let fear rule our lives, or we can become childlike with curiosity, pushing our boundaries, leaping out of our comfort zones, and accepting what life puts before us. That's how we should create. Leaping out of our comfort zones and accepting what life puts before us. He says, life is not a problem to be solved. Life is an experience to be had. We thought of life by analogy with a journey, a pilgrimage which had a serious purpose at the end. And the thing was to get to that end, success or whatever it is, maybe even heaven after you're dead. But we missed the point the whole way along, says Alan Watts. It was a musical thing, and you were supposed to sing or dance while the music was being played. You must not be afraid of playing wrong notes. Just forget it. Play it wrong, but play. I love this summary. Life is not an end point to get to. It is a musical thing, and we are supposed to sing and dance while the music is being played. And don't be afraid of playing the wrong notes. Just forget it. Play it wrong then, but play. Can we step into our week this way? Can we set the intention every day this week to play really hard, and even if the notes are wrong, just play. Linda, good morning. Happy Monday. It's great to see you. Are you ready? Let's slip into this week together. You can close your eyes. We'll start with the first few big breaths. Take a deep breath in and out. A deep breath in and out. A deep inhale and let it go. Deep breath in and out. One more big breath in and let it all flow away. You can continue the same breathing pattern on your own time. Every slow inhale through your nose gets drawn all the way deep down into your belly. And as you fill up your belly with air, also raise yourself up. As you breathe in, stretch out your spine. Lift the top of your head toward the ceiling. And once you've reached your full height, let all of it go. With every exhale, soften. With every breath out, soften your spine, slump down your shoulders, and even drop your head. On a Monday morning especially, I love reminding you of what it is that you are doing right now. With every full body inhale, feel yourself rise. And with every full body exhale, feel yourself fall. Right now, you're taking this body by the hand. you are sitting this body down. And you are saying to this body, this is how I want us to do this. Right now, in this moment, you are being the teacher to this body. How many moments in the day ahead can you stop and allow this body to take a few big and slow breaths? Can you create that habit and perhaps do it every time a few things happen? You can tie these few things to whatever you need to. Let's say, for instance, every time you sit in front of your computer, every time you sit down before you put your fingers on the keyboard, could that be the trigger for a few big breaths? Or perhaps every time you get up to boil a kettle and make a cup of tea, can that be a reminder for a few big breaths? And what about perhaps getting into the car, sitting behind the wheel, just before you hit the ignition? Could that be a reminder for a few big breaths? It might be a great idea before we drive off into traffic. Because every time you take a few big breaths, every time you allow your body to exhale and soften, your body lets go of fighting. This big, long softening of the exhale says, just like a big sigh of relief, it says the fighting is over. There is no war to be fought. Wouldn't that be the best way to drive into traffic? Can you make a mental note? Can you use a couple of moments in your day as the trigger for the reminder to let the world stop for a moment as you allow this body a few big breaths? We'll take the last few big breaths of this phase together, helping this body stretch, adjust, and settle down into as much comfort as possible for the rest of our journey. Take a deep breath in. As you release, drop your head all the way forward and roll out your neck muscles forward and to the left. And forward and to the right. Take a deep breath in. As you release, roll your shoulders forward in big, slow circles. Take a deep breath in. As you release, roll your shoulders backwards in big circles, nice and slow. Take a deep breath in. As you release, focus on your spine. Lean your upper body over to the left. And also lean your upper body over to the right. Feel yourself lean into your back muscles. Feel where the edges are and gently, gently lean into those edges. One more big breath in. And as you release, you can stretch or move or adjust any part of your body that still needs a bit of help settling down. Having softened our bodies into a state of presence, or at least becoming as present as we can be in this moment, we can now turn our attention inwards and dive deep inside for the next part of our journey. With every next inhale, we'll hold our breath for a few short moments, followed by a really long, really slow exhale. If you don't have the time to sit for the whole meditation with us, then this is always a good place to stop. But if you are here for the whole journey, we'll take the next few big breaths together. Take a deep breath in and hold. As you release, make it a really long, really slow exhale. Take a deep breath in and hold. And as you release, feel how softness slips in and settles in every part of your body. Take a deep breath in and hold. As you release, follow the downwards flow through your body. Feel your shoulders slowly falling. Feel your body slowly softening. And feel how you are slowly slipping deeper into you. One more big breath in and hold. And as you release, feel yourself melting. Feel your whole body dissolving. Feel how you are slipping into a deeper level of surrender with every slow exhale. You can continue the same breathing pattern on your own time. Every slow inhale through your nose is an invitation. It invites you to turn inwards and follow this journey. As you breathe in, feel the air flow in through your nostrils. Feel the air touch the back of your throat. Stay with your breath as it flows in through your lungs. And as you fill up the balloon inside your belly, feel yourself slip all the way in. Hold your breath, but hold it only for as long as it feels easy, followed by a really long, really slow exhale. With your next big breath, as you dive deep into you, see yourself standing at the start of a brand new week. See your toes sticking over the edge. See yourself ready to dive in. Take your next big breath. Standing at the start of a new week, we'll start off by looking into the week ahead and remind ourselves of what is known about the week ahead. What is already in the calendar? What are some of the things you need to get done this week? Who are some of the people that you need to see this week? What are some of the places that you need to go this week? As you take your next big breath and dive deep into you, walk yourself through this week. Walk through Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, Saturday, Sunday, and remind yourself of what lies ahead this week. Take your next big breath. What are you creating this week? I love asking this question at the start of the week. What am I creating this week? But I also know how many people dread the question, saying, I don't know what I'm creating. We are always in a state of creating. Just like anything on this planet, we were created to create. We create with our mere presence. Every conversation we have is an act of creating. We're creating the relationship between us and other humans. How we show up in our home creates the energy in our home. Is our home a lovely place to be, or do we dread being there? We create that. And of course, we could take it to more, I don't want to say important because it's not important, but more serious things, I guess, like work and projects. And we can take it to more fun things like art. What are you creating this week? And if you're unsure, then ask yourself the question and see what answer comes. What am I creating this week? Take your next big breath. Take a moment to transport yourself to the end of the next week. Just imagine you could stand in the next weekend and look backwards. What would your checklist look like for the end of the week? What are the things for which you'd like to say, I got this done, I got that done? What are the things for which you'd like to say, I got started on this one and I made progress on that one? Take your next big breath. How will you create this week? Alan Watts gave us a beautiful reminder. He said, we often think of life as this serious journey. Yeah, we get it. It's about the journey, not the destination. Yes, but still, we fall for the trap of a very serious destination at the end. Alan Watts reminds us that, or he helps us ask the question, what if it's more like a song? What if it's more like music being played? And we're not invited to get to the end of the song. We are invited to sing and to dance while the music is being played. How are you doing with that? How have you been dancing lately? Because the music of life is playing. Have you been missing out on the dancing? Take your next big breath. The worst mistake we make while the music of life is playing is that we become afraid of how we might look while we're dancing. We're afraid of how we will be seen while we're dancing. We're afraid of playing the wrong notes. And I love Alan Watts' reminder. Put your focus on the playing. Of course there will be wrong notes. The best musicians sometimes play wrong notes. Can you make your intention for the week ahead to pick up your instrument and play? You are the instrument, of course. Let some of the notes be wrong. That's part of playing, but play. Can you play with less fear of how you're being seen while you play? The worst mistake we can make is to finally get to the end of this journey, look back and see we missed the point. We forgot to play. Take your next big breath. We'll take the last few big breaths of this phase together, slipping out of the breath holding space and into the next. Take a deep breath in and hold. As you release, make it a really long, really slow exhale. Take a deep breath in and hold. As you release, feel how softness slips in and settles in every part of your body. One more big breath in and hold. And as you release, feel yourself slip all the way through. There is no more attention on your breathing. You can sit all the way back or even lie all the way back down and feel yourself just floating. I'll read to you one more time these few thoughts from Alan Watts. He says, by replacing fear of the unknown with curiosity, we open ourselves up to an infinite stream of possibility. We can let fear rule our lives, or we can become childlike with curiosity, pushing our boundaries, leaping out of our comfort zones, and accepting what life puts before us. Can I remind myself of this every morning? Leaping out of my comfort zone with childlike curiosity and accept what life puts before me. Alan Watts says, life is not a problem to be solved. Life is an experience to be had. And we thought of life by an analogy with a journey, a pilgrimage which had a serious purpose at the end. The thing was to get to that end, success or whatever it is, maybe even heaven after you're dead. But we missed the point along the way. It was a musical thing, and you were supposed to sing or to dance while the music was playing. Can I remind myself of this every morning this week? Life is a musical thing, and I'm supposed to use my instrument, sing, dance, and play while the music is playing. Can I remember that every day this week? The last thought from Alan Watts says, you must not be afraid of playing wrong notes. Just forget it, play it wrong, but play. I will remember to play this week. I will remind myself to love the playing. I'll remind myself to not be too invested in playing all the perfect notes, but just to play. Are you joining in the playing this week? We have the last 5 breaths of gratitude to do together. With every exhale, I'll say my thank you, and I invite you to say yours. Take a deep breath in. Thank you for the privilege of standing at the start of a new week. Take a deep breath in. Thank you for this moment to look into my week ahead and remind myself how I want to step into this week every day. Take a deep breath in. Thank you for the reminder that the future does not actually exist. Only this moment ever exists. And it is how I show up, how I dance, and how I play in every moment that shapes the future. Take a deep breath in. Thank you for the reminder to not be scared of playing wrong notes. Not to be scared of looking silly while I'm dancing. One more big breath in. Thank you, beautiful people. Thank you for diving into the week along with us. Thank you, Maggie. Thank you, Danae. Thank you, Linda. Thank you, Sunmary. Thank you, Anthony. I feel you on the diving board here with me. Let's dive into the week together. Lots of love to you all. Have a beautiful Monday. Have a great week. Ciao, ciao.